The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9?
This one taken just inside the 10. And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
And now it looks like he's in some discomfort after being tackled at the end of that return.
While they come out and take a look at him, we will step aside for just a moment.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds.
Here's a 2nd and 7. Goes right back to Smith again.
And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. Now the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. Faced with their first third down conversion opportunity and able to punch it through and pick it up on the ground.
And to me, doing it on the ground sends a different type of a message than throwing the football. And, you know, let's face it, we've done a lot of games together. How often have we seen third down turn into an automatic passing down no matter what the yardage?
Yeah, and last thing you want, that opening drive to go 3 and out. You got everything scripted, lined up. Let's get some points on the board, and they're able to avoid that 3 and out. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. He'll look to throw. Looking left sideline, but it's incomplete. They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And he can't escape, and down he goes.
Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
Oh, free safety blitz. That can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble, because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
Ritter and the Falcons need an answer, and a big play here on 3rd and long following the sack.
They'll drop to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play. Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
A big kick there. We'll call it 56 yards on the punt.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
So now we'll get a look at the other offensive unit as they come out for their first possession. Commanding the offense will be the 7th overall pick of the 2018 draft. It's Josh Allen. They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
On 2nd down, a run with Patterson.
And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. Allen from the gun on 3rd down. Going deep for Diggs. And unable to connect. So they bring out their punter as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. And last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. And a fair catch called for and made just inside the 35-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return.
And it will be Falcon football.
So for the second time in this one, we get set to see the Falcons offense.
They come off a victory over the weekend, but now the quick turnaround here for this Thursday night game. How does that affect how teams like this approach these short turnarounds?
Well, wins and losses always factor into, how you're getting ready for the next game. But equally as important when you have the short turnaround, what is your injury situation? Are you losing key guys? And if so, how well have the backups prepared for this? Because you don't have much time to get them ready. They have to be ready before this week in order to play well in this game.
Throw left side complete. That's Jones. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Well, the good thing about covering any game I do with you is I know that there's no problem with rhythm. Now, what we're watching offensively, a little bit of a problem there.
Yeah, punt on the first drive, looking at another one here. Just a little slow. They were talking about a fast start, but that hasn't been the case.
Yeah, and let's face it, any team we cover always talks about a fast start.
That's true.
But it's not necessarily going to happen just because they say so. And whether it's the script, whether it's, just what they're going through, whether they're seeing different defenses, they're going to have to figure it out as this game moves on.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive.
They are currently mired in a losing streak. Now they get the short week for the Thursday night game. Do you see that as a potential positive, or is this just more in what has been really a string of bad luck for them?
Well, to me, it comes down to leadership, and leadership's got to spin it into a positive and make it an advantage for them. Yes, we're in a losing streak. Yes, no one thinks we can win, but we have the resources we need right here in this room. Let's go ahead and play better. Let's hang together and shock the world a little bit. Put it all together, they've got a chance of coming out with a W.
He couldn't get away there on 3rd down. The pressure too much, and he's sacked for a loss of 12.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
And they bring their punter out there now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. They'll call that a 33-yard punt with no return. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down.
Quick slant. He's got Elliott. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game? That's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. And in this case, he picks up a 1st down.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Right back to his running back, Ezekiel Elliott. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. Well, a nice job of bodying him up defensively. And now it brings up 3rd down.
They'll set up the screen to Elliott.
And he'll be marked down right at the 20-yard line.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
A first chance in the red zone for the Falcons now. 1st and 10 right at the 20. They'll look to throw again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. Jonnu Smith, his first touchdown on the year.
And the Falcons will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Their first passing touchdown of the ball game, and they go to the big tight end in those sure hands, and he provides the score.
Certainly looked like they were focused on taking away other weapons, and he certainly made them regret that because he found the soft spot, ended up taking it to the end zone. Nice throw, too, to complete the play.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense.
Not only are they in search of their first score, they're in search of their first down in this ball game as they come up 1st and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Straight ahead, Patterson.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Here's Allen to throw it. He'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he is going to lose yardage here. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And it'll be 4th down.
Partner, when you see a screen pass and the defensive tackle ends up making the play, you know that one wasn't sold well at all because he should be upfield by the time you throw the pass. If not, you end up with big trouble, as we just saw right there.
And on now is the punter as he's on to kick it away. And he's getting a workout here in this first quarter as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at 2nd down. The numbers for Zeke from last week. There isn't a coach alive who wouldn't like those numbers. Well over 100 yards and a touchdown, too.
Partner, I think all the coaches who are in that great coaching box in the sky would take those numbers.
So dead or alive?
Either way, they would take that kind of production.
Now he dumps this off over the middle. So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down.
On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. The gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. They push him back 8 yards that time on 2nd down.
So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly.
Yeah, that's one where you turn to your lineman and say, guys, can I get a little help here? And you have to ask politely because, remember, they're blocking for you the entire game. But as a quarterback, you've also got to have the clock running in your head when you need to get rid of the football. But this time, he had no chance. They were on him instantly.
As we check the next-gen stats, you'll see he had precious little time to do anything with the football there.
Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. That's caught by Howard. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that's going to bring up second down. They'll go option to the short side. 5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the first.
So that was all you're looking for on a play like that. Get the first down and keep the drive moving.
Yeah, it just looked to me like he just said to himself, I've got this. I'll take it. I'll pick it up, and let's keep moving. Get the first down, get a new set, and let's start over.
1st and 10, it's Patterson.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. From the 31, Allen. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. 14 yards that time for number 14.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Out of the gun, a run with Patterson.
And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Allen. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. They'll wind up losing 10 on the sack, and it'll lead to a 3rd and long.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. So the shotgun snap to Allen. Steps, and he's going to go down again.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
If you rank one from the bottom in statistics, that's usually not good in this league. And this team, one from the bottom in sacks, but somehow they've got 3 in this game. What's going on?
I know, they're 31 of 32. They better be careful, or they're going to be top 30 in the league. And they'll send out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight.
Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards.
And out will come the offense as they take over.
So here are the Falcons to take over on offense. They've got the lead right now in this ball game, and they got the victory last week against the Rams, so some good momentum as they come up 1st and 10. A little jet sweep to start the drive.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Well, they have the run for no gain. Now they'll try again from the 25 on 2nd and 10. Now back to throw. And his throw is incomplete. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. .43 yards on the punt, return of 4.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. And now this offense comes back out onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Throwing is Allen on 3rd. He rifles one that's intercepted.
And the Falcons are going to take possession of the football.
Before we came up to the booth, last thing he said as we were walking off the field, want to play mistake-free football. Well, that just went out the window there with a pick.
And do you remember what you said to me when we were walking up to the booth after he said that? You're like, oh, fatal last words. Every time we hear that, things tend to fall apart a little bit, and that's what we saw there. Didn't get enough on that throw, and it turned into an interception.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
That throw taken in by Jamison Williams.
Touchdown, Falcons!
Jamison Williams,
his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Falcons are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
And there they got him the ball. Just get it to him, let him do the rest.
You know, he probably said that to his quarterback as he broke the huddle. I like the play call. Just get it to me. I'll take care of the rest of it.
Helping out his rack, right? RAC?
Run after catch, and he loves that, and he's going to carry that in at contract time.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This will be fielded inside the 5. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. And they're in a bind early here, down 14-0. Are you worried at this stage or still too early?
You're worried. You're just trying not to transmit it to the rest of your team. You want to make sure that they stay positive. But at the same time, you're wondering, how are we going to move the football? What do we have on this play sheet that can work? Get back to basics is usually your answer. And make sure you find the guy who can move the ball fastest for you if you just get it in his hands.
Yeah, still second quarter. You get points on the board here. I think you're feeling okay.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Allen.
Shakir hauls it in.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And Diggs has it.
And they're going to get this up to midfield.
Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the 1st down.
Patterson, he'll try it up the middle.
Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain. From midfield, here's Allen. This is caught inside the 15.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
This offense has been slow to get started, but that play will certainly give them a little bit of life. Maybe the late wake-up call that they had been seeking.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Patterson running between the tackles. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9. Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Throwing now is Allen. Over the middle, complete. It's Patterson. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. Now Allen. And it's caught. Touchdown. Dawson Knox from 3 yards out.
And the Beats have got it back to within a score.
There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
It's Tyler Bass on for the extra point attempt.
And that one makes it 14-7. So that drive consumes 9 plays all told.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away.
And from back there, a wise move. He'll just sit on this one, and it'll come out to the 25. Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field.
A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level. Good, strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's in trouble, and he's taken down.
That's Matt Milano firing in from his linebacker position. So that now 4 first-half sacks. This pass rush has been unrelenting.
And, partner, you hear that sound of paper being ripped to shreds? That's the game plan that they've had so far because they've got to say to themselves right now, we have to do something differently.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. They're going to look to throw. Caught by Jones. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Elliott.
And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here.
And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw.
He'll get this out wide here to Elliott. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line.
Now another timeout called for by the offense as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Back to throw again. He's going to go for a big play downfield.
And that is incomplete. Oh, he had it and dropped it. That is an unforced error there, and it takes away what could have been a touchdown.
Running with Elliott. Well, they deemed it 4-down territory, and they got 4 yards to pick up the first. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more this time, the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw here.
And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up third down.
Caught on the right side by Jones. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
They'll look to throw again. And this is caught for a Falcon touchdown.
Jamison Williams
In the final seconds of the first half.
And the Falcons will extend their lead here just before halftime.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
And just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. Koo able to connect on the extra point, and it's now 21-7. So that drive, 12 plays in length.
And it was Jamison Williams wrapping things up with a touchdown. So just 8 ticks remaining here in the first half as they'll kick this one away. This one taken just inside the 10. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
And with time running short here, they'll simply take a knee, and that should do it for half number 1. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, guys, thanks very much. We'll get back with you shortly. But first, let's take a look at what's coming up this weekend around the NFL. Good games all over the screen there, one being at MetLife Stadium. A big one for the Jets, as they'll have to contend with the New England Patriots. Lots to look forward to in the late games as well. One of the best being up in Seattle, where we find the Seahawks taking on the Jacksonville Jaguars. And lastly, in the national game on Sunday night, definitely one to tune in for, as it'll be the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Miami Dolphins. We'll continue on and take a look at the next-gen stats from the first half. And not much went right in those first 2 quarters. You can see the numbers on the ground there. Not a whole lot to write home about so far. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, you get a look at what they were able to do throwing the football. And whatever they've done, it's worked, as they have the lead through 2 quarters of play.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
This will be fielded inside the 5. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And this offense set to go now to begin the third quarter. Charles, it'll be interesting to see what adjustments this offense made in the locker room. Haven't really been able to get anything going offensively, virtually nothing in the ground attack either. So certainly something has to change here in quarter 3.
And I'm pretty sure their friends from the defensive side of the ball told them exactly that, because those guys, the stop troops, they've been playing pretty well. They've kept them around in this game. Now, they've got some time. The running game struggled in the first half. Opposition knows how to focus on defending the pass here. They've got to re-energize that ground game and maybe open things up for a comeback here in this half.
They'll run with Patterson.
Room here to run. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled.
45 yards rushing on 12 carries for him now.
First downs have not come easy, and neither have runs like this throughout this game.
Absolutely not. He finally felt like, whoa, a sigh of relief. We got something going in the running game.
Here's Patterson again.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
They'll give it to Patterson.
And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down. To throw, it's Allen. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up fourth down.
And I know that one didn't work out the way they thought, but I don't think it was a bad time to call this play. You're thinking on third down, you might possibly see some pressure. You might see a blitz. So they tried to set up the screen, but that one was well read, and they stopped them for no gain.
And the punter's on the sideline. Here's the field goal unit now to try an exceptionally long one. And this one is no good. He missed it. And this will remain a 2-touchdown game. Down here in the third quarter, obviously that's one they could have used.
Yeah, and one of my favorite special teams coaches in the NFL told me what separates the kickers in the NFL versus the ones who are not is not the misses. It's the second miss in a row. Best kickers in the league, they don't miss 2 in a row. He's got to get his head back together in case he gets another shot.
Here comes the Falcons offense. It's their first possession of the second half now. Now they're set up nicely at the 45-yard line after the missed field goal from 55.
They'll start with the option.
And this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
A little do-it-yourself run right there and a nice gain.
And I like that he knew that that was about all he was going to get. So he did a nice job of protecting himself, took care of the football, took what the defense gave him. If they continue to allow him to do that, they'll find their way taking what they can all the way to the end zone.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. On second down, Elliott. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
So on 4th down, Ritter heads to the sideline. Younghoe Koo gets set for the Atlanta field goal. Koo knocks this one through the post.
And they will open things up a bit more. It's 24-7.
And right now, Charles, this is about building that lead little by little, and they're able to do just that.
And it gets them past the key number of 16, so this is now a 3-score lead. Not time to exhale just yet, but that might prove to be an important 3 points before things are said and done.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. And the last time that they were on the field, a little demoralizing. Missed field goal. You know, always feel like you want to get it in the end zone, but then, oh, well, at least we're going to get 3. Didn't go through the goalpost, though.
It does test the mental processes of a team, though, doesn't it? Because when you miss a field goal, it's amazing how fast they want to turn on the guy kicking the ball. But you need to keep his confidence up because how many times have we seen games where it comes down to the stretch? And guess what? You need that guy to make the big kick for your team to move on or to win a game. Make sure you keep him happy. Make sure you keep him comfortable.
I'm sure you always treated the kicker nicely, though, right?
You know, truthfully, I did.
Good.
I always did because those guys, they won us a whole lot of games.
A handoff for Patterson.
And a good burst there gets him 7 up to midfield. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Again, Patterson.
Despite the strong run, he'll be hit and dropped shy of the 45. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. And 5 yards on the play there as the drive will continue.
I always appreciate runners who understand situations. That was just 3rd and inches. No reason to dance around in the backfield and try and break off a bigger play. Just go pick up the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
And now they'll throw with Allen. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. 3rd quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up.
Now Allen
has his man. It's Shakir. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. Allen now looks to throw.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
So they're going for it, and here's Allen.
Looking for his man on the out route, and he's got Diggs. So this offense able to convert on 4th, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
Now Allen again. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sacked back at the 38.
Dropped for a loss of 7 by multiple defenders.
Charles, not to point fingers, but how much of this goes on the shoulders of the offensive line? Well, look at the 6 sacks last week. That's the 4th in this game.
Definitely the bulk of it does go on the offensive line. That's what they're tasked with doing, keeping their quarterback upright and clean in the pocket. But I think they have to look at, okay, are we bringing in extra people? Is the ball out of the quarterback's hands quick enough? There are a few other factors they have to look at to try and help out, but you're exactly right. It starts with the O-line.
Meanwhile, Allen's throw here taken in by Knox.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Allen. Toward the sideline, it's complete. An athletic grab, but still well short of the first.
The kick by Bass is good.
And that will close the gap down to 14.
So that maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but it does get them back within a couple of scores.
And at this point in the 3rd quarter, you don't have much margin for error, and that means you can't have drives that end with nothing. Whether it's a punt, a turnover on downs, those have to go away. You have to end with a kick, either a field goal or an extra point after a touchdown.
Atlanta now coming out on the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? They score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even
thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Micah Hyde, and they will take over at the 26-yard line.
So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, 3rd quarter, but that not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
And now this offense comes back out onto the field, and they'll start with great field position, trying to get back into this one. It's 1st and 10 here.
Patterson on the draw play. Oh, what a move.
Down to the 22-yard line. They'll go again with Patterson.
And pretty good running as he'll be close to a 1st down at the Falcons 16. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. as we are set to bring you the home stretch here, the fourth quarter. A shotgun handoff to Patterson. He is going nowhere as he is enveloped behind the line. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Okay, so thought they might go for it here, down late. Instead, they trot out the field goal unit. The kick by Bass is good, and that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11.
So kind of disappointing there. I mean, yes, they get the 3, but with starting field position like that, 3's not what you're banking on.
No, and you just have to wonder if you can afford to let chances like that continue to pass you by. You've got to find ways to get the ball into the end zone and put 6s on the scoreboard.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Falcons ready to take over. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5.
He's going to be stopped well behind the line of scrimmage, and that's pretty much going to wipe out their gain from first down. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
When a draw works, it can be a thing of beauty, but when it doesn't, oh, it can be ugly. And in this case, loss of yardage ugly.
The Falcons on 3rd down. They've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 10. They'll look to throw. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line.
Jordan Elliott in there to get him. That is the 6th time that they have sacked him tonight. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number, it's just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
The Falcons send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Fielded just inside the 30. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Now this offense back out and set to go for their next drive. Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner. They're going to start the drive here on the ground with Patterson.
And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45.
The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Allen going to throw. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45.
12 yards there and a first down.
All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores, and they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together?
Here's a give to Patterson. Oh, and that one well designed as he'll take this down to the 30-yard line. 92 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. To the air, Allen. It's complete to Diggs.
And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get it back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Patterson. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. On play action, Allen. And he's got it. A 5-yard gain, and now they're set up 1st and goal.
Patterson diving for the end zone, and he is in. Touchdown. Well, time to let those folks know who are tuning in looking for the late local news. And we may be a moment because we've got a game again.
And partner, except for those on the West Coast where it'll be seen in its regular time, right? That's the way it works, doesn't it? But how about that? Big time drive right there. If they're going to have any chance, they needed a touchdown there, and they went right down the field and worked their way into the end zone.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. Allen will try to throw for it. And this is caught. They got it. And that could be an important 2 points that gets them back within a field goal. I guess the coach looked at the 2-point cheat sheet, said go for it, get it to a 3-point game, and they did it.
Yeah, and sometimes you just throw out time of game. You don't worry about that. There's just a feel sometimes in making that call, and he felt good about what he had for a 2-point conversion, and now they're only down 3 and feeling great about themselves.
From the 6. And makes it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. Atlanta prepped and ready for its next possession.
That last touchdown has made this really tight. They're clinging now to this slim lead. Second half, they only have a field goal. This offense needs to kick it into gear.
And right now, I'm looking directly at the field general, at the quarterback. Because to me, he's got to take over right now. By word, pumping his team up, and then, of course, by deed with his play. My high school coach used to say that all the time. Laddie, take over by word and deed.
And deed means action.
Exactly.
And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. They're going to look to throw. They'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play, and that's going to make it 4th down. I hate to surrender the football when you're nursing a slim lead, but they're going to have to punt it away. Trust that defense.
It's the right play at this stage of the game as well. You don't need to press it here because you do have that little bit of a cushion, and you count on your D to make it stand up.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
This is taken around the 12. So possession goes over here on the punt.
Here's Brooklyn to once again go on offense. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Throwing on 1st down is Allen.
To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. 23 yards, the final tally.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10.
1st and 10, it's Patterson.
And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. From the 44, Allen.
Quick slant to Shakir. And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Straight ahead, Patterson.
And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
2nd down and 6 now from the 42.
Throwing now is Allen. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. Allen looks to throw on 3rd and 1. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 25-yard line. A strong pickup of 11 keeps their drive alive.
He's certainly done a nice job spreading the field on this drive, and here he finds his big tight end for good yardage. And that's what you have to do. Keep defenses guessing about where you're going to go with the football.
Allen now on first down. Over the middle, he gets it to Patterson.
And they're going to get this down inside the 20.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
On 2nd down, a run with Patterson.
And he'll get this down only to the 18. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. 3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3. Now Allen. Man open. It's St. Brown. He's got it.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. And it's caught. Touchdown. Stephon Diggs. A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Beats put together a 4th-quarter drive to take the lead.
So from 3 scores down, these guys have fought all the way back to grab the lead. And I'll just tell people what happened when they went up 3 scores. I wrote on your paper 2 words, game over, and now I'm eating those words. I was wrong.
A little salt, a little pepper, goes down pretty easily.
I will admit when I make a mistake.
Well, it looked like it was going that way. This is one of those paging Frank Reich moments, and I can't believe I just brought that up, because Frank Reich at Maryland in college did it to my Tennessee Volunteers, and that was a big reason why my team lost.
Sounds like he still harbors some pain from that game.
You know, we still got a little time to work it out with the doctor.
This one fielded at the 5.
The lane opens here. He's past the 30.
And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. So now Ritter and the Falcons down 28-24. A minute 35 to go. They've surrendered a double-digit lead, but can rescue themselves late as they come up on first down. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. Clock running, and the Falcons moving with a sense of urgency. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. He'll look to throw. And that's caught by Williams. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. He's back to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. They'll look to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete.
With that incompletion, reality is staring them right in the face. This entire game is down to the next snap.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw. And this one is incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the ball will go over on downs on the short side of the field. So now let's reset here, Charles. They do have 2 timeouts left, so they can stop the clock twice. This one's not quite over yet.
No, and what you're doing on defense, you're going to use both timeouts, obviously. But you've got to call defenses are going to force the issue early, meaning you want that play over fast. You don't want to give them time to dance around in the backfield or run a wide sweep that'll take off time. Blitz them, put pressure on them, make sure that play ends quickly so that you can go ahead and keep moving.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. Falcons going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. So third down, and the Falcons going with a dime, 6 defensive backs. Allen down to a knee, and that should just about do it. So they bring out their punter as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line.
What a game we were treated to in this one. And on that final play, they had a chance. They had the ball just beyond midfield for one final shot, but couldn't get it done, and they suffered the loss.
Yeah, and you mentioned how they had a chance on that final play, and getting it to midfield gave them that opportunity, hoping they could find their way to the end zone and make that miracle happen. A really good ending to an entertaining contest, though.
So for Brooklyn,
they improved to 5-3 as they approach the halfway point of this 17-game schedule.
And they'll get a few days to savor this one before they take on the New England Patriots. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts.